What is up, YouTube? It's Taylor here, and I'm here to chat with you about following up. So I posted earlier on social media this week about an account that I had been working on prospecting for the last 4.5 years. So I wanted to make a video about this because I know how important it is for my business, and I'm sure it will impact you positively as well. So before I dive into the video, I did want to ask you a request. If you could comment, please, down below, what has been your absolute worst experience with following up? Whether you're the person following up or you're the person receiving someone else following up with you. Please comment down below. I would be very excited to see what you have to say. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so, and I appreciate that a ton. So with that, I'm going to dive into following up, and I have 5 points that I wanted to run through with you on great reminders and great tips for following up like a mad woman or a madman. So the very first thing that I wanted to mention is to become very intentional. Becoming intentional with your following up can completely change the direction of your follow-up. If you're running around doing a bunch of other things, whether you're in sales or running a business or whatever it is that you're doing, if you become intentional and make a plan to follow up, that will help set you apart from other people that are also trying to follow up with that person. If you are, like I said, running around doing other things and all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I got to call this person and see if I can book another meeting, or, blah, 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 I got to send a quick email. Like, no, you need to have a plan, and you need to make that person feel like they're special enough to follow up with, basically. So what I do for this is I do a what's called FU Friday, which stands for Follow Up Friday. Also very clever, of course. And what I do basically for that is I intentionally create a list throughout those last few days, throughout that week, of people that I need to get back in touch with. Back is probably not a word, but get back in touch with. And this is something that has really helped me become laser focused in following up. That's my first point. My second point is that people really often fail to realize that most of the opportunity that you lose is not in the people that you don't talk to at all. It's in the people that you don't come back to. It's in those missed timelines, those missed, opportunities is where all of those dollars are kind of fluttering away from. So a lot of people think about all the people that they haven't reached yet, that haven't seen their marketing, that haven't gotten a phone call from you. But really what you should be more worried about is the people that you have not yet circled back with. The people that you have maybe circled back with but have not gotten a definitive answer on. Those are the people where there's the most missed opportunity, missed money to be made, and missed sales. So I want you to keep that in mind. The next piece is to bring value. I want you to bring value when you follow up and not just become a pest, not just become a bug in somebody's ear. I also posted on social media this week about how I've been called a lot of different things in my sales career, but my most, just the funniest one that happened was a guy called me. He told me that I was like a mosquito. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I love that. So I come back with jokes. I think I'm a funny person. Other people maybe think I'm a funny person. But anyways, I just say, yeah, I just keep coming back, But I prefer the term professionally persistent. And he thought that was pretty clever. And end of the story, he's one of my current clients. So I do want to keep that in the front of your mind when you are following up. I'm not just following up to follow up. I'm following up because I know that I can deliver the best, and I know that I bring the most value. So that's a tip for you to keep that in the front of every follow-up, is that you are bringing value and you're demonstrating who you are as a person and with your service or product that you're providing. So that's my next tip. My fourth tip is I want you to put yourself in the other person's shoes. And I want you to become the person who is being followed up with. When you can make that mindset shift of how would I want this person to act towards me, or how would I want them to talk to me if I were the person on the other end of the phone or the other end of that meeting. It's like really simple. Like the golden rule of sales and of, following up especially is, how do I like when people follow up with me? How do I prefer people follow up with me? And obviously respect those guidelines. I mean, if you're being a decent human being and you're doing your best that you possibly can, nobody can argue with that. But I really encourage you to take a look at the other side of the story when you are trying to, close that account or get on that new client, whatever it would be. My last tip, my fifth and final tip, is to be memorable and celebrated, not just tolerated or ignored. This is another really, really big point that I've tried to be intentional with as well in my career, is when I walk through the door and I'm trying to follow up with somebody, I do not want to see them run away into the back room and have their receptionist tell me that, that they're not in or whatever. I'm like, I literally just saw you. I literally just saw them walk away. So I want people to light up when they see me. I want people to be excited that I'm coming to see them. So what I am encouraging you again to do is to become that person that is celebrated, that is memorable, that people want to see. And that brings with all of those other points that I made earlier, is that you need to be yourself, bring value, and share with people why it is that you are worthy of being followed up with. And that's just a simple point, but I do think that people fail to realize is that you are looking to bring your best to whatever it is that you're following up with, whether you're following up with clients, right? I'm talking about sales here, but it could be really anything. If you're trying to land a job with somebody, your dream job, if you're trying to get a date with somebody, you're trying to, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you need to become memorable and celebrated. So that's what I've really tried to do. I do realize that I have some great personable skills. People feel easily connected with me, but I've done that and I've trained those skills and I've honed in on those strengths over the last few years of learning to communicate more effectively with people. So I want you to do the same. I want you to try different things, and I want you to remember that if you don't get what you want, then you will never create the life that you want, that you're looking for. And I know, again, it seems like really simple from the surface, but it is truly so, so powerful. If you can build following up into your plans, into your daily routine, into your weekly routine, your sales and your income will totally change. So I think about, even for people that are in the direct sales side of things, the MLMs, all of those things, if you probably wouldn't say yes right away to somebody with an offer to you, right? So again, I'm flipping the switch so that you can see it from their point of view. You probably wouldn't say yes right away, but you probably would say yes if there was enough value being delivered, you liked that person, you looked forward to talking to that person, and they demonstrated over and over again that they are the right person to work with. So that is really what I wanted to also mention too in regards to the online space, or even a person-to-person type of type of sales side of things. And also the last thing that I'll mention is that anything worth having and anything worthwhile is worth working for, and it is worth having that, because I've gone into thousands of different places and thousands of different accounts and people, and the ones that I cherish and genuinely enjoy working with are some of the more difficult ones that I've had to do to follow up with and get on as clients. And some of the ones that are so easily to say, yep, jump on board and yep, those tend to have, in my opinion, more problems and a few more issues. So just a little bit of backstory on that for you as well. So that is my video today about following up and why it is so, so important for you in your personal life, in your business life, in your professional life, whatever it is that you're doing. It is possible to create more from what you have. So with that, thank you for watching. Please sub, please like, and please share this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all on the next one.